Who is in Israel is North Dakota's Governor Doug Burgum. He joins us right now, live from Jerusalem. Governor, good afternoon.
Steve, great to be with you.
This is such a big story about how it sounds like the Israelis were able to put exploding material into everyday items like walkie-talkies and beepers and solar panels. And so far, Mike said 37 dead, thousands hurt. What's the reaction over there in Israel?
Well, I think it's one that shows the strength and capability of being able to do counterterrorism with incredible precision. However they masterminded this to have a 1% casualty rate, but the people that you're hitting are predominantly 99% or more. If you're carrying a Hezbollah pager, you're part of a terrorist network. And interestingly, one of the people that was carrying one was the Iranian ambassador, to Lebanon, clearly working in full cooperation. We know that Iran is funding this 7 different fronts of attack against Israel, from Hamas to the Houthis to Hezbollah, and they talked about rocket attacks today, but in the last year, Hezbollah has launched over 8,000 rockets into Israel, and some of these, they call them anti-tank weapons, but they're not firing them at tanks, they're firing them indiscriminately at Israeli homes. And so I think if you take a view on the ground here of how people in Israel are feeling, people are feeling like, wow, we found a way brilliantly to strike back at those people who, right, since October 7th was Hamas, October 8th, Hezbollah started launching rockets into Israel. So it's been going on for a year, and I think that they found a way to disrupt communications, disrupt the trust, and right, really set Hezbollah back.
It's like a Jason Bourne movie or something like that. It's
yes.
Who saw that coming? Now, you are there because you mentioned October 7th, when they had the massacre over there. You're there as part of a solidarity mission, but at the same time, you've got to be seen with your own eyes, because you just were talking about Iran funding Hezbollah and other terror outfits with money from gas. Just goes to show that the Biden administration sanctions really not working, because they've got plenty of cash to do that stuff.
No, well, the Biden administration is, unfrozen like $16 billion in assets. Paid $6 billion for 5 hostages, which put a price on hostage taking, which I'm sure was part of what incentivized the record amount of hostages taken on October 7th. And then, President Trump had Iran on their knees financially, and now they've got the money to fund all of this. And and whether they're funding the Houthis, who are disrupting trade for the whole world through the Suez Canal, affecting our U.S. presence in the Mediterranean, or whether it's funding Hezbollah or Hamas. I mean, they're the ones that are behind this. And again, we're in a proxy war with Iran right now, and so no surprise that Iran is trying to take a hit out on the prime minister here, because there's a war going on, and Iran is the one that's pulling all the levers.
Well, Governor, I know you've got a very busy day, meeting all sorts of people. Thank you very much for taking a little part of your afternoon there in Israel to speak with us.
Well, thank you, Steve. And the Israeli people are full of resilience and perseverance as they're coming up on their first anniversary. I've met with the parents of people who've lost loved ones or fought in the services, and it's inspirational to see young people fighting for their country as opposed to protesting it.
Well put.